Hello everybody, it is Lynn with Crafting Break here for gratitude night number 3, and tonight is a card, and I thought about a card similar to night 1. This was card night 1. So grateful to have a friend like you, thankful for the small things, and we use the beautiful pumpkins for that. I'm going to make another card geared towards friends, using the Gathering Moments. So we used this stamp set last night to make this little chocolate thank you gift for dog walkers, neighbors, postal service, stick it in your mailbox, friends, anyone you can think of that might need a little chocolate to brighten their day. So again, tonight, no dies. These cards are pretty simple. It's just, again, ink, stamp, and paper. So here's the card we're making tonight. Thankful for you. Your friendship means the world. And we're going to do a little technique with these leaves here. So let me get everything ready. I'm going to start with a couple things. So in this kit, what you're going to get, well, with the card for tonight, you're going to get a card base of Cajun Craze. You're going to get 2 basic white card layers, one for the front, one for the inside. Both are the same size tonight. You're going to get this piece of DSP, and of course, depending on where the DSP gets cut, it will look a little different. You can see in this one it has a mushroom. This one doesn't, and there's more Cajun Craze, and there's more early espresso on this one. And then I'm using this wood grain. It's so hard because the green is so pretty with the gold on that, but I wanted the wood grain. And I'm just going to banner cut the ends on that. So why don't we get started with folding our card and giving it a good crease with our bone folder. And I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to banner cut it. Now all I'm going to do, there's punches out there for this I'm sure, but I'm going to snip a little bit down the center there. You can see right there. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. And then I'm just going to go to the sides and corner cut to that point that I made when I cut up the end up. I can't even talk tonight. I don't even know if that made sense. It's probably not going to be exact on both sides, and that's okay. If you've got, like I said, a punch that does this, you can use that. Nobody's going to notice, right? They're going to be busy looking at the leaves and the rest of the card. And it's wood grain, so it's, this paper is very forgiving for that. Okay, we have that. Let's go ahead and glue or adhere that DSP layer down to the front card layer. Guess I should stamp first, but I'm going to trust myself so I don't have to flip it over. I'm going to say that and I'm going to mess up, but you know it's paper. If I do, I'll just cut another one. Okay, and like I do when I do any piece that goes to the edge of the card layer, I always kind of tap it to the side there just to make sure I get it, all the way down. Whoops. Flip it over, take a look, looks good. Okay. The sentiment up here, because of this wood grain, I wanted to bring in some early espresso with that, so I'm going to use early espresso, and I'm going to stamp thankful for you at the top up here. Okay, we didn't need to flip it. We're good. We are good. Okay, and let's get one more thing stamped while we're at it. I'm going to bring in Cajun Craze. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment for the inside. And again, I'm using Cajun Craze because my card base is Cajun Craze. You could use early espresso or any other color you want. Okay. Our stamping is almost done. I'm going to set this to the side and this. Okay, what you're going to need for this technique is a baby wipe. Get mine out here. And I'm going to just give it a couple folds here. I want it to be wide enough so my stamp fits over it. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to drop, so I have some re-inkers here, and I'm going to do a few drops of ink onto this baby wipe. And I'm just going to randomly put the dots. I don't want a lot of brown, so I'm probably going to do more green and Cajun Craze than anything else. And you want to fill it, you know, it'll start to absorb, but you want it to fill in all the baby wipe area that you're going to be putting your stamp on. And you can see it start to absorb there. And let's do a little bit of crushed curry. That DSP doesn't have a lot of crushed curry in it, but I wanted some additional colors, so I'm going to bring that in. And again, just like the other night, no two cards or no two are going to look the same when you do this technique. Okay, I'm using 2 different leaves from the Gathering Moments stamp set. And all you're going to do is you're going to take your stamp and you're going to tap it into your ink here. And I probably got a little bit of a halo. Oh, before I do that, I kind of want to know how far to go, so I'm going to place this here. Okay, there's one. And I'm going to use a smaller leaf. I'm going to go into that ink as well right there. And I'm going to bring this one about right there. Okay, that's all we're doing. You can keep doing it, so if you're going to make a few cards, you can keep using this until it dries out. And you can see the difference. And of course, this will dry a little bit and lighten up, but you can see I've got a little bit more Cajun Craze in this one, and in my first one I had a little bit more of Old Olive. Oh, and the colors I used: Early Espresso, Crushed Curry, Old Olive, and Cajun Craze. Those are the 4 re-inkers that I used to put the dots of ink on the baby wipe. Okay, the next step I think we're going to do is we're going to glue these layers down. I think that looks pretty dry. So let's do some adhering of our card layers. Oops. Got a little heavy on my glue on this one, so let's not push too hard. I think it'll be okay. Okay, my front layer. And the inside layer. Oop, and I saw that. Where's the teddy hair? There it is right there. Okay. There we go. Let's give that a good crease again. Okay, from here, I'm going to take this wood grain piece that we banner cut, and I'm going to put a few dimensionals on the back, just to give it a little height. And towards the bottom of the card. And then what I did is, you know, after I put it together, I thought, oh, this needs something. And I did use green, so I kind of want to bring, you know, I did use some Old Olive, so I want to bring the Old Olive in. So I'm bringing in this espresso, or sorry, this Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread pack. And like I showed you the other night, I'm going to move this over my table edge like this to kind of flatten it out a little bit. And I think I showed you that on Monday night on the video. I'm going to tie a bow. Super simple to tie bows with linen thread. Okay, now I need a glue dot. And all I do, you can use your take your pick tool to do this as well, is I'm just going to make, well, that I didn't mean to do it that way, but you know, that's what happened. I just want to make a little ball. And then I'm going to put my knot right over that as best I can. And then I put the bow right on this piece of DSP. I originally had it up here and I'm like, no, I don't like that, but I really want to use it. This helps break up, I think, that DSP a little bit better. And the final touch, let's bring in these Cajun Craze and gold dots, because a lot of this is Cajun Craze here. And like always, just use them to kind of fill in some of the spots you have. I'm only going to use 3 on this card. There's not a lot of space. I mean, you guess you could use more on this part, but I really like the DSP as it is. And there we go. Tonight's card, all done. Thankful for you. Your friendship means the world to me. So this was project number 3. Here was last night's project. And here was Monday night. I hope you've liked these projects so far. I will be back tomorrow with another video for night 4. And then the final one on Friday for wrapping up the week of gratitude and showing those in our life how grateful we are to have them in our life. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye for now.